What is up, everybody? It is Jonas Rex, your captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team, excited to bring you back another deck list. So this deck is something that I was told was bait. I was told this deck would never work, but with enough perseverance and enough tinkering, I finally have it into a place where I feel comfortable enough letting all of you guys know that Marowak is a real deck, and turns out it was just a fire deck the entire time. Our deck list starts with our Cubone, which have an ability that make our Marowaks in the active do 30 more damage to our opponent's active Pokemon. This can stack up to 90 extra damage, as you do need a Cubone underneath your Marowak to evolve it, unless you guys have some other way of getting it into play that I am currently not aware about. That, coupled with the fact that if our Cubone has any damage on it, our Marowak does 120 more damage, meaning at base is 180, we're easily swinging for 270 damage on a single prize body for 2 energy. Now that 2 energy can be quite the investment and it can jam you up, and that's where the rest of our deck comes into play. We have Fezandipiti EX because we are dying basically every single turn. 120 HP, dude, anything can just blow on us and take us out. We're drawing 3 cards every other turn. Restart. Our hand size can get real small when we're using our Ultra Balls and we're playing all of our items and we're trying to make things happen right. Having Mew in there, especially in the early game, to help us extend our play and make sure we can get to where we need to be to KO our opponent on the following turn, absolutely vital. Lillie's Determination, the best draw supporter in the game right now. Of course, we're playing it at 4. Mela. Now, this is what I mean when I say that this deck is a fire deck. We have 8 fire energies. We are playing no fighting energies. It is not necessary. Not for this deck, no. Because with us dying every single turn, Mela essentially fills the role that Melanie did with Ice Rider Calyrex back in the day. So what you're going to do is you're going to use Mela to accelerate a fire energy into play onto any Pokemon. It's not fire restricted, so I can do it onto a Marowak and then attach one, and we're swinging again just like nothing happened. We can get powered up in one turn. We can do what the meta decks can do and attack, right? To offset that, we are also playing 4 Ignition Energy. We are an evolution Pokemon. Slap an Ignition Energy on there, swing big. Our opponent probably kills us anyway. The fact that the energy doesn't stay does not matter. We have Iono to support with our Lillies and also to disrupt our opponent a little bit. Playing 6 of these combined, right? Draw support, shuffle draw support is fantastic. Except in late game when you Iono yourself down to 2 cards and you need like 8 cards because everything in this deck is a combo. We have 2 Boss's Orders, which is going to help us find things like Fezandipitis that our opponent put on the bench, Teal Mask Ogre Pawns, Mew EXs. But even if we're not, right? Trading 2 for 1 into the big EXs and now Megas doesn't feel that bad. These are winnable games as long as we are staying on pace. We have 4 Night Stretchers, so we can just grab back our Cubones for extra damage or grab back our Marowaks for follow-up attack. We have our 4 Nest Balls, so we can find our Cubones as well as our Fezandipitis and our Mews to get us set up. And your board is very easily just going to be Fezandipiti, Mew, plus 4 Cubone, then evolve one of them into a Marowak and start swinging, right? We have our Buddy-Buddy Poffin, which can find us 2 Cubones early. Our Ultra Ball, we're going to use that to find our Marowaks. Literally what we're using it for. Sometimes I guess you're trying to find other things, but ideally you want to find Marowak with this. 2 Premium Power Pro. The only reason that we're using the PPP is because we can easily hit for 300 because we're going 270 base with like no other modifiers outside of our Cubones. But with our Brave Bangle attached, we can go 300, and Premium Power Pro gets us to 330, which does solve a lot of problems. And it was tough to find space for this in the deck because consistency was such a huge issue. But after we just devoted ourselves to Mela, Premium Power Pro is fantastic. We can use this to go ahead and take down some Dragapults. We could take down Guardy. We could take down Charizard EX. All one-hit KOs, right? So that's awesome. Secret Box, really, if you find it early, gets the whole deck online. If you find it late, it's still great to help you find the pieces that you need, right? Secret Boxes, sometimes you have to discard 3 to just find the 1 card that you need, but if that 1 card wins you the game, it's still worth it. I was thinking about playing Super Rod, but the thing is we don't need to put the fire energies back into the deck. That's what Mela's for. So we're going to play Sacred Ash instead, so we can just put all of our Cubones and stuff back in the deck and maybe pull them back out with our extra Buddy-Buddy Poffins or Nest Balls. We have Brave Bangle, as we earlier discussed, and Air Balloon. The only thing that I'm slapping Air Balloon onto in this deck is our Fezandipiti. If they try and stick a Cubone in the active and say like, hey, you're stuck, I'm going to try and evolve on it and swing, or I'm going to let them kill it. That's 1 prize. I'm fine. Fezandipiti, though, if they boss that and get that stuck in the active, it does not feel good to have to attach onto this to retreat because that could possibly set you back. So that's where the Air Balloon comes in to get the Fezandipiti out of the active. I slap it on that thing every time. Risky Ruins. Now, this is the linchpin of the deck. How am I going to get damage counters on my Cubone without it getting killed? It only has 70 HP. Well, you can hope that someone Badoos into it to try and Badoo lock you, but at which point you're not accessing the majority of your deck and you're probably losing anyway. We do lose very, very hard to Badoo. You have to, you can't You can't deal with Badoo. I'm just gonna say it right now. You get Badoo locked, you cannot kill the Badoo without evolving into your Marowak. And if you can't find your Marowak, you're kind of cooked because we don't play any fighting energy, so we can't even use this Cubone's attack. Onto that, the Risky Ruins is going to get damage counters onto every Pokemon that is basic and not dark. So if I throw my Mew down, it's going to get 2 damage counters on it. But luckily, if I put my Cubones down, it's going to get 2 damage counters on it. And this doesn't say from the hand. So this means that when I Nest Ball for it, or when I Buddy-Buddy Poffin for it, or when I go ahead and yeah, no, those are the only ways that I think I could get into the active. If Thornton was still in the format, you could Thornton for it and it would get 2 damage counters on it, right? So Risky Ruins is fantastic for this deck. We play our 8 fire energy, which is absolutely enough. We're constantly just meleeing this back in, and when we have low hand size, Mela is drawing us up to 6, so we're finding the other pieces that we need. We have our Ignition energies as well at 4 that is maxed out. If I could play more, I probably would, and I probably wouldn't even need this to be a fire deck if I could play more Ignition energy, am I right? But that is the deck list. Let's get into the gameplay, and after that, see some of the highlights on some of the bigger decks that we were able to take down. Thank you for watching. All right, we are live up against the Cinder Ace deck. This thing is tough. Search your deck for 3 energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon any way you like. What an amazing open for them. I'm going to go ahead and just drop my Cubone. I'm going to attach, and that is my opening. That is what we do here with this deck. Probably the best opening I could have had. Only thing better would have been if I just opened absolutely every piece I needed, but let's be realistic. This is what we're looking for here. What are they going to do now? Oh my god, using Cinder Ace to charge up grass type Pokemon. Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wonder how many Cinder Ace you play. Okay, so it looks like they play the 4 Cinder Ace. You want to have a chance to just open that regularly. That's pretty cool. Okay, all these Bulbasaurs down. I wonder if I'll be able to keep up. I wonder. Going and hitting Mega Venusaur is going to feel really good as well, because that's 3 prizes if we could take it down. I got to watch out for the Wallies. Wallies is a great card if you use it wisely and keep your stuff moved around. It's very difficult to take down a singular Mega Venusaur, but everybody's been doing it, I guess, so hasn't been a problem for them yet. Dang, I would have liked for that 50 to be on my Cubone. Just kidding, not this Cubone. We need it on the other Cubone. That's 3 energies already on. That is crazy. What a tech. Okay. I'm not going to use anything else here actually, because I want to, well, this is going to get shuffled in. Let's just have a look-see. We have 3 other Cubones. Okay, we have all our Cubones, we have all our Marowaks, there's 2 Melas in our hand and 1 right here, so yeah, I don't really want any of that stuff. All I'm hoping for is that I can find my Risky Ruin and a way to go ahead and put oh, actually, since there's all of them, we can pull 2 of them out now. There we go, value. And no need to do any of that right now. Let's just go ahead and try and find the rest of our pieces. Okay, Ultra Ball is part of the pieces. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and attach this here. We don't have a Cubone with damage counters on it, unfortunately. So I'm going to just go ahead and get rid of Buddy-Buddy Poffin and the Switch. Not looking like we need them at this moment. Let's get a Marowak. Let's get him active. Let's just start swinging. When in doubt, just swing on him. Mew, thank you for taking that hit for me. We're gonna go get 120 over here. Unfortunately, we can't take the KO because we didn't find Risky Ruin, but 120 is not a number to scoff at. We can go ahead and take that early anytime. Honestly, if this wasn't a stage 2, that's a KO right there. Oh, they're going straight into it. All right, so that's actually gonna help us a bit, because if we can find Mela, we could just recharge the next one, and we also have an Ignition energy, so we can just swing again. Like, this is, I think Ignition energy plus Mela are really the ways that we want to go about moving things in this deck. And the rare candy, my dog, he's out here just moving. I'm glad they're going to take out the Marowak though, because that is 1 prize as opposed to losing 2 prizes. And we can just Night Stretcher, get the Marowak back, move on from there. Iono, y'all know the deal. Okay, so he finally chose which Bulbasaur he wanted to evolve, even though Bulbasaur is the most adorable Gen 1 starter by far. Cinderace, suspect. Mega Venusaur, he looks like a stoner. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Oh, he chose to leave it. I'm okay with this. I will actually just take the singular prize, or do I want to get the first hit into the Mega Venusaur? I could also do that. That's not Not a bad thing to do here. So I can just drop Fez. I can Iono. Do I want to give them cards back though? That's something I don't want to do, but I kind of have to if I want to get the, no, if I Iono, then I'm not getting the jump on them, right? So maybe I don't give them cards. Maybe I just sit here, take the prize, and we figure out what we're going to do next turn. We'll take our prize. We'll take our prize and we will just wait. Oh, that's a Lillie's. That's better than Iono. So, you know, I can Lillies and not give them cards, so that's fantastic. They'll get one card off of KOing this. I'm okay with that. Unless that one card in their hand is boss and they're coming after my Fezandipiti, but in which case I just Night Stretcher for it, and I mean, they're going to run out of boss eventually, but it does offset the prize trade, but also leaves our guy active to continue attacking. So, you know, there are pros and cons with everything. Playing Mew and Fez is one of those pros and cons that we have to weigh out, but they're going to get full hand anyway at the cost of their supporters. They're not going to be bossing up our Fez right here, but they will be taking out our Marowak, which we planned for. And yeah, we do still have our Ignition Energy, meaning we're sitting pretty actually. We go Ignition Energy, Marowak swing. We'll take about half its HP. As long as they can't wallies all that off of them, then we're just gonna take 3 prizes off of that. It's gonna leave us with 1 2-prize KO to go, and we 2-hit this again. And in order for us to 2-shot this, of course, we do need to find the rest of the pieces to the puzzle here. So they just jungle dumped all over us for 480 damage, which is fine, definitely fine. Out of habit, you know, bump your pivot, but there's really no reason for us to worry about doing a ton else here. Okay, this is one of the situations where I'd really want to find it, because I can Night Stretcher for the Cubone as well. Dang, we did not find it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Night Stretcher for my Marowak. I'm also going to Night Stretcher for the other Cubone. There's still one more Cubone in the deck that we're gonna save for. So hopefully we find it off this Lillie's. That would be ideal. Alongside of the Risky Ruins. There we go. And we did find our way to it. Perfect. Risky Ruins plus Nest Ball gets us there. We're doing big damage here. Unfortunately, if they wallies, this is all for naught. 300, bro. We could actually get to 330, 360. Still not enough to KO if we found the second one, but I'm going to save this because if they wallies, I want to be able to, you know, use it after that. So here we go. 300 damage. And then we just Mela on the follow-up. Boom. And we're feeling pretty good. This guy's definitely going down. Okay, hold on, let's see. This is a moment of truth right here. I haven't seen, there's Jacques. Oh dude, we're taking down this Venusaur. We're taking down Mega Venusaur. So, oh dude, we can win this. We can really win this. Okay, I'm not seeing wallies. Like, what are they gonna do about it? What are they really gonna do about it? There's Fire Energy in the discard. We have our damaged Cubone down here. I'm gonna bring this one up. That's boss. We don't really need that here. I'm gonna Premium Power really just to get our hand size lower for this Mela. We want this to be really deep so I can go find a way to another Marowak. So we're gonna Mela here. Get that other energy on there. And Ultra Ball and Night Stretcher both actually do it. Of course, we're going to save the Bangle for the second one because we actually Power Pro'd here, so there's no point in wasting the damage that we're going to be doing. I will draw off the Fez. All right, yeah, and at this point, it's just more useful to go ahead and toss the Nest Ball. And 1 energy. Nest Ball and 1 energy. Get ourselves a Marowak and let's take this KO the way it was drawn up, just like we drew it up. Another 270 damage coming at you from this Marowak. Bang! Let's go. The whole problem the whole time was that Marowak was actually a fire type, and we just didn't know that. Now that we know he's a fire type and he needs to be played in a fire deck, we can make this work. He's a fire type the whole time. All right, is he gonna, he might try and run away from us, which is why the boss is gonna be really important. All right, cool. I think we got this one. I do think we have this one. Selects his next prize card. Go right ahead, sir. Might it be worth to put a Bravery Charm gets Fez just out of like Mega Venusaur KO range? Go Marowak. Let's go ahead and get down another Cubone. Might I Lillie's here because I have Ignition. I think that is okay because I do want to try and find a Sacred Ash so I can put more Cubones and stuff down here. So I'll Lillie's and then maybe Fez draw so that we can hopefully find the boss again afterwards. Power Pro. How do I feel about that? Let's draw here. All right, 2. Let's go to 300. All right, next turn, ideally, I do not want to Mela. I do want a boss. And we do have a Marowak plus Ignition Energy. So if hopefully we find it off the Fezandipiti. We have the 3 in 16 chance. I think I like those odds. We can also try and Buddy-Buddy Poffin and find our way around there. Yeah, so we knew he was going to retreat. I don't think he has a way to get enough energy. Oh yeah, of course he does. He has the freaking the solar transferability. Yeah, he can totally just do that. He's going to KO this. And now, so we just have boss. Boss gets us the win here. We're going to go Ignition Energy onto one of our Cubones, and we are going to dig through the deck to find our boss's orders. All right, there's no real reason to do it any other way. I don't think there's no way we can like thin the deck here. I mean, we could check. Yeah, but there's no way we can thin the deck here. Just give it a nice shuffle. 3 in 15 odds. Oh, and we sold 3 in 15 odds and we did not find it. Okay, that means what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna swing this. I'm gonna get rid of that Forest of Vitality. And I'm gonna Lillie's to try and find it for next turn. Hopefully he doesn't boss. Oh, I didn't even Lillie's. I'm selling. Okay, well. Hopefully. Fez actually needs to win us this game. This is mad unfortunate. I've totally thrown here. If we held the boss, there's probably a higher chance. All right, they're artisaning here. Do they play a boss's orders is the question. I have not seen one. Okay, they're jungle dumping. It puts it all on us here. Everything is on us here. I don't even know if our Sacred Ash is in the deck. That's something we should have checked as well. All right, we have a Nest Ball. Let's just have a look. All right, boss is in the deck. Sacred Ash is in the deck. Those are a few cards we want off the top deck here, and I'm just curious as to if we can even find it realistically. One more peek. Was there another Pokemon search, or is this Nest Ball we got? No, there's more Nest Ball. So, okay. There's a world where Lillie's can get it done as well. Well, actually, there's a world where Mela would have to be the card that gets it done. If I commit to that route, how do we win this? No, there's a world where it has to be Lillie's. Lillie's plus Ignition Energy would have to do it. It would essentially be Lillie's for 9, and we just need to find Ignition Energy, There's a few cards we need. There's a few cards we need to make this happen, but this is the way. Does Secret Box make that happen? I think it can. It's possible because we still have the Fez draw here. All right, so I get rid of Ruins, get rid of Iono, get rid of Energy. All right. The supporter really doesn't matter at this point. The item has to be Ash. The item 100,000% has to be Ash. So I can Ash and put back you, 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 and you. Well, we only need, what, 1 to get it? No, we need a lot of them, actually. So we'll put all of you guys back in the deck. I'll get one of you out. Cannot attach this energy because we need the ignition. Well, we found the ignition. All we need left is the Marowak. And we did it. And we did it. Oh my goodness. Why is it only 120? Because we don't have a damaged Marowak because we lost the thing. Oh no, not like this. Not like this, guys. We forgot to put down the stadium. Not like this. Oh boy, I threw. I can't believe it. Tough game. I had the stadium in hand at some point. I'm sure I did. I'm pretty sure I had it in hand and I did not put it down. Completely threw. Well, what a game it was. This is the game that we're definitely using for the video. I think that even though I lost, you guys saw what the deck's capable of, and despite my misplay, know that we could have taken out that Venusaur. Maybe it wasn't even in hand. Maybe I made it up. But this was a fantastic deck. Stick around for the highlights. You'll see other decks that we were able to actually take down. And if you guys liked it, please let me know. If you guys disliked it, please let me know why. And if you guys have other tips for what you would do to make this deck better, also please let me know, because, you know, this was a struggle to get together. So any other ideas are definitely welcomed. And until the next time, I will be Jonas Rex, your captain of the 1912 Titanic swim team, sending you to the highlights.